this man, when it came time to diet, he was meticulous. He'd have that notebook and start tracking, not just calories, but protein, carbs, fats, macros. He knew what he was doing every single day, and therefore the results were predictable over the course of 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 20 weeks, however long he dieted for. He was a great example. Hi, I'm John Hart, and welcome back to Mr. America Hart. Today, I'm sharing with you 3 big reasons why you're not getting ripped. Yep, I said ripped. I didn't say lose body fat. I didn't say, oh, just dropping some weight. I'm being serious here. I don't understand why some of you guys out there just don't seem to believe that you should even get ripped unless you're going into a bodybuilding contest or something like that. Dropping your body fat down to a reasonably low level, as in single digits, 9% or below, can be really healthy. You know, I'm not talking about going down to 3% when things start malfunctioning. I'm talking about anywhere from 5 to 9%. In that zone, you're technically really ripped and in great shape, okay? So what is it about this? 3 good reasons why you're not getting ripped. The first one I just kind of hinted at. Mentally, you don't believe that you can. Calling that one out right out the gate. A bunch of you, especially gentlemen, as you've gotten a little bit older, you've decided, hey man, having that little spare tire around the waist, it's okay. It's not a bad trade-off. You know, you get to eat the things you like. You've deprived yourself for so long. You work so hard. You've had such a long career. You've done all of those things. But look, meanwhile, there are great examples out there of some gentlemen who have sort of shown us the way, paved the way to see what life can be like if you address being leaner, extremely lean, ripped, on more of a regular basis. And the one example I think of quite often is Clarence Bass. Clarence Bass is an attorney in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he was the past 40 Mr. America back in 1979, and he originally coined the term ripped. It was used on him, and he wrote several books, Ripped 1, Ripped 2, Ripped 3. And this man, amazing abdominal development, amazing thin skin everywhere. And yeah, he wasn't the biggest guy in the world, but he also won the past 40 Mr. America. So yeah, I'm giving it to him. I'm giving props to him that he made it his lifetime goal to live a certain lifestyle, to look a certain way, and maintain a nice level of health. So he believed that he could. I believe that we could. I believe that we should. And man, this is one of those ones where I'll tell you something, especially guys past 50, past 40, past 50, just no attempt whatsoever at becoming actually ripped. And so I'm giving it to you. First thing is mentally you don't believe you can. Second thing is, you just don't track your calories overall. You have no idea how much you're eating. Yeah, you're eating around 2,100. You're eating around 2,500. No, that's not what I mean. I mean tracking your calories. I had a great training partner for years, and I can say confidently that he was my best training partner of all time, and we're friends to this day, Steve Ballinger. And I have a video coming on him soon, so you'll get to see what he's up to today. But Steve, back in the day, was an animal when it came to his diet in particular. Trained very, very hard. But local competitor in Southern California, everybody knew him, in the regional level over here, and qualified for the nationals several times, but was very content with his career and how he did. But boy, this man, when it came time to diet, he was meticulous. He'd have that notebook and start tracking, not just calories, but protein, carbs, fats, macros. He knew what he was doing every single day, and therefore the results were predictable over the course of 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 20 weeks, however long he dieted for. He was a great example. of how tracking brought great results. So notice, I'm not saying tracking, or I'm not saying you're not eating enough, you're eating too much. I'm saying tracking in and of itself. You have to track your food to know how you're doing. You know? The third reason why you're not getting ripped, and this one's also a big one, and I'm going to bring you full circle on this one. You're weak mentally. Mentally, you're weak. Now, I'm going to refer back to my man, Steve Ballinger, and my number 2 reason why. Okay, he tracked his food. He was super strong mentally. When it came time, this man was focused on everything that he would do. Diet-wise, he was on point. He would stick to it. He had a goal. He was going to achieve the goal. That's it. The conditioning, the level of conditioning that he was going to achieve. I remember him saying vividly, well, I know I'm not going to be the biggest guy on the stage, but I certainly am going to be one of the hardest. So he carried that on over the years. And even to this day, tracks his food. He knows when and what to eat and how much to eat. He's a great example for all of us. So I used that myself. I used Steve as an example. I used Clarence Bass as an example when it came to diet. And it motivated me so much to get as hard as possible when I would compete. So tracking your calories, believing that you can get ripped, and being strong mentally. Those 3 things. I know it sounds like a couple of them are head games, but really that's really what the diet is all about. And I used to have a saying myself, you know, the one who suffers the most wins. But in the end, the funny part is after you go through a little bit of suffering with that diet, the truth is you end up getting to increase your food and you keep looking better and better and better. And again, quoting my guy, Steve used to say, near the end of the diet period, as he would get closer to the show, he was never hungry because he couldn't eat all of his food. He had to eat so much just to keep his weight up. And the same thing was true with me. So, some great lessons here. 3 good reasons why you're not getting ripped. Address them. Be honest with yourself. Okay? Tracking your food is kind of, it's a pain sometimes. But if you're going to get the results and you want those results, if you're going to have predictable results, tracking foods is necessary. Believing you could be ripped, especially you guys after 40 and 50 years old. Ripped, I mean with thin skin. Well, do the smart thing. Don't get fat in the first place. If you're getting older, stretching out your skin is not going to help you out at all. So, big mistake. I'm going to do a whole video on that one soon. But don't get fat. Stay fairly lean all the time. And you'll see when you want to drop a few pounds, that skin still shrink wraps nicely. Don't stretch out your skin. And then lastly, you can't be weak mentally. You got to start having a little bit more of a aggressive attitude towards your diet, that you are commanding this thing what to do. You're not letting it. I don't let this thing, my body, tell me what to do. I tell it what to do. And that's the way it's going to be. Should be the same thing with you. So that's it for today. From my heart to you, John Hart. I hope you enjoyed this video. Listen, before you leave, off to my left, you're going to see a little circle pop up by my head. That's a subscribe button. Tap that button, won't you, before you go? That way YouTube will notify you when I have new videos pop up. Off to your left, not my left, but your left, there's a thumbs up button over there. Tap that thing till it turns blue. Just hit it one time. The thumbs up helps the channel out a lot. And that's it. From my heart to you, I'll see you soon. Bye.